Hi friends, the fun Christmas themed holiday bash event is now live, and we have with it a fun limited time game mode, Winter Express. Now it's similar to last year's limited time game mode, but with a few little but useful updates. So I thought I'd put together this video and show you how this game mode works, and give you some tips on how you can win more games in the Winter Express game mode, which is part of this year's Holiday Bash event. So let me start by telling you how this game mode works, because it's a little different from a normal game mode. Just in case you haven't played this game mode before, it did come out last year in last year's Mirage's Holiday Bash event as well. It was also called Winter Express, but this time is just slightly different. So in this game mode, it's all about the train again, and yes, the train is back and we're on World's Edge. And your mission is to beat 2 other squads over 3 rounds. So essentially in this game mode there are 3 3-man squads. Now you can win the round by holding the train uncontested until the bar is full, or by eliminating the other teams. Now uncontested, the train takes about 10 seconds to capture, but as soon as there are enemies on the train, that capture bar will stop filling up, so you need to do your best to get them off the train, or eliminate them. Oh yeah, and there's one other thing. There's no floor loot in this game, so you won't get natural loot that's just there on the floor. Instead, you have a preset loadout, which is different for each legend, and it changes every day. So this time, you need to pick your legend carefully, not just based on abilities and who your main is, but also what their loadout is. One more thing is, when your team dies, they'll respawn either on supply ships, which is different this year, at the start of each round, or if you're the winning team, they'll respawn back on the train with you. So that part's slightly different to last year, but it does mean, again, every time there's a new round, your team will respawn back. Okay, and here are some tips. Tip 1. Think about which legend has the best loadout. Even if it's a legend you wouldn't typically play. This game mode, as I said, doesn't have any floor loot, so you can't really swap weapons with weapons that are on the floor. That means you basically won't be able to change your weapon during the game. So you need to make sure you pick the right loadout, not just the legend that you like to main. I will say that once you're eliminated, you are able to change your legend in between rounds, so you do have the opportunity to try a different legend. If you say pick a legend with a weapon or a loadout you don't like, you can actually change them in between rounds. So that's possible, but do try and pick the legend with the best loadout that suits you, in addition to the abilities and playstyle of the legend that suits you as well. Also think about mobility and strategy. For example, having an Octane or a Horizon could be quite useful because there's mobility there that your whole team can use. Also, if you're on the train, maybe think about a camping legend like a Caustic or a Watson. I feel they'll be super useful for a game mode like this. Tip 2. Mix and match attachments with your teammates. So while I said there isn't any floor loot for you to pick up, you can actually trade attachments with your teammates just by dropping your attachments and they can pick them up. So for example, if your teammate has a scope on a weapon that's actually got good iron sights, you could ask them to drop their scope and you can pick it up and use it, perhaps if you've got a weapon that doesn't have great iron sights and desperately needs a scope. Tip 3. Use Lifeline's care package to loot more. So while there isn't any natural floor loot, you can still call in Lifeline's care package and get some extra loot. This could be useful for a quick armor swap, or perhaps getting some scopes, because not all loadouts will have scopes on the weapons. Tip 4. You don't have to land on the train. A lot of people go straight for the train, particularly in the first round, but actually one thing you could do is land ahead of the train or land on high ground and plan an ambush of the train rather than landing straight there and having to fight straight away. This is also useful because it allows you to let the other 2 squads fight, and if you're close enough, you can jump onto the train and third party them for an easy win. But like I said, make sure you do land close enough so you could get that third party as quickly as possible. Tip 5. Attack the front of the train. This may seem obvious, but I find a lot of fights that happen on Winter Express tend to happen with teams attacking from the side or from the back. I very rarely see people try to attack the front of the train. However, I feel like it's a good way to actually attack the train. If you can get ahead of the train and attack through the front, you'll not only be able to get in quite easily, but you might also find the enemy team isn't expecting you to attack from the front. I do find a lot of enemy teams try to camp the front of the train, so again, they tend to be facing into the train and not actually facing the front of the train, which means you could definitely sneak in and get a good third party there. And that's it. Those are my 5 tips to help you win games in the Winter Express game mode, which is live now. This is the 2020 version of the Winter Express game mode that we had last year, and it's part of this year's Holiday Bash 2020. I will just say the Holiday Bash also comes with some cool new skins and an event trail which you can do and pick up some free skins. So if you don't want to buy the holiday themed, Christmas themed skins from the store, you can still get free skins by just completing the challenges in the event trial. So do check that out for those of you that want some free skins. Go give it a go. I would say it's definitely a lot of fun and I think you'll really enjoy it. It's just something a little bit different from the typical Battle Royale, but still with everything we love about Apex Legends. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. By the way, did you know I stream every Saturday at around 7 PM UK time? Most of these I'll actually be playing with anyone that wants to play with me, so you can actually join in with me and we can play some Apex Legends together. So come join me for my next stream on Saturday. I look forward to seeing you there.